Can I give you this baby? What's that?
I got the blanket. Oh, my baby.
Where's your baby blanket?
A baby blanket is going because it's dry. Oh, my baby. My baby's crying.
Oh, okay. I'll be the mama. Okay. So we've got some large emotions going on. The girls were just allowed a phone call with Mama, and they hadn't heard her voice in a long time. So what you hear in the background is that just realizing how much they miss and desire to be there. And right now she's not in a position of wanting me to help calm her. But when she's ready,
Mommy,
we'll scoop her up and love her as much as we can, even though there's really not a lot we can do. But so that's the voice of a kiddo that is really sad and just really broken, and something that you hear a lot and care. So. What are you feeling?
I did that.
What do you think?
Happy? Sad? I done that. And that. Can you watch
This one has been, this one was really young when she was removed, so the sadness isn't as real as Big Sister,
No.
right? No.
I'll tell her say that.
You're going to tell her something? What are you going to tell her?
I'll tell her, yeah. I'll tell her this.
Oh, okay, that's really nice of
Mommy,
you to
can
think.
I?
I think a lot of times people think they need to have all the right words and all the right tools to help these kiddos, but really all they need is a shoulder, you know, and a consistent shoulder that's there when you need them, and there when they're in grief, and there when their tears are flowing, you know. And so when sweet little girl is ready, we'll just grab her and let her cry and let her yell it out if she needs to, and we just sit and rock and pray with her, and that just has to be enough. You know, there's really no words that we can say that are going to take away her pain. But a lot of times the constant parent and the constant shoulder hasn't been there. So, yeah, so it's not that we're like these superheroes. We just have these shoulders that we're offering to kids, that we're sharing and letting them know that it's there whenever they need it. So when she's ready, which I'm hoping will be soon, that's what we'll be doing. So if you listen closely, you can hear our eldest foster babe screaming. So the phone call from earlier today really set her off. And if we're being completely honest, it's really hard not to be super frustrated by it, because a lot of times you just want the kids to go to bed and have the night to yourselves and be able to relax, and then there's a trigger. And oftentimes, most of the time, you don't even know what the triggers are, you know, with kiddos. And then they scream, and sometimes it's a long time. It's always pretty exhausting. I don't know, what do you have to say about these moments? I mean, like, you have to try and keep in mind where it is they came from, where they're coming from, what their heart's feeling. But sometimes the screaming just gets the best of you and just makes you want to scream back, but it's never the right response.
I'm really good at screaming back.
No, you're not. Stop.
Oh.
What do you have to say about these moments?
They're often.
They were often, but these little girls we've had for a long time.
Yes.
So they've
made some
gotten a lot
progress.
less. Yeah.
But yeah, they're challenging because a lot of times they don't know why they're upset, really.
You can't
So
you can't communicate why.
the thing that they got in trouble for isn't actually what's going on in their heart. And so they're super upset and they can't put that to words because they don't know really what's going on in their hearts. Their emotions are too big for their words. and for their bodies. And so it's tricky because you have to deal with the behavior, but that's not really what's going on inside. So you have to like walk the line of disciplining for the behavior and also being able to
Be tender with where it is
Yeah.
they're coming from. Yeah.
and kind of like almost guess like what they're feeling and try and speak and talk into that when it might not even be what's going on.
Yep.
Difficult.
Super difficult. And the little one we have now is a very skilled manipulator. So the times where we have put words in her mouth and have said, "Oh, are you upset because you miss mom?" Suddenly she knows that that's the go-to for everything. Of, "Oh, well, I just miss mom. That's why I'm
'Cause it's
misbehaving."
like a get
I
out
miss
of,
mom. It's
get
why
out
I'm
of jail free
misbehaving.
card.
But we've obviously
So she
in time realized that it's
Yeah.
not genuine. Not saying that she doesn't miss mom terribly, and right now for sure that's why, the phone call we had earlier set her off for sure. But yeah, so it makes it super hard. Makes it hard. In a moment.
yeah.
Aww.
Anything else?
And then add 4 more kids into the mix.
And when I'm pooping,
Okay.
And then he
and
pooped.
when I'm